Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad to be here. I am Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady, and you are here for my monthly virtual card class. If you received a kit from me for orders last month, you would have gotten those in the mail and an invitation. Hi, Sandra, glad you're here. If you didn't get a kit, you are still welcome to stay on and join me today. I would love to have you join me as we put the cards together that we're going to make today. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes to let people hop on. I just came from lunch at my grandson's school, Miko. He is my youngest, and he's in first grade. And I think I've done at least one lunch with every grandchild along the way, but this was very nice. I enjoyed it very much. He is a character. So I had to postpone this from this morning, but I hope you all understand. As always, if you're not hopping on now, which I know because of the change, a lot of you said you could not, this video will be here in the future. It'll be posted in the library on my Crazy Stamping Lady Facebook page, and I'm going to make sure that that is actually where I am up and running now, and that I'm not in the wrong spot, because that's been known to happen, especially on a scattered day. So nope, it looks like I am here, and that is awesome. So I'm going to take you down to my table right away, and we are just going to kind of get going. I'm going to go over a few things because there's a lot going on, and then we'll get right into our card kits. So let me turn you around. Take it down, make sure I'm where I want to be, and it looks like I am. We're darn close to it. So me, I'm the Crazy Stamping Lady. You can find me at my blog, crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email, crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/Crazy Stamping Lady, which is where you should be right now. And on YouTube at Maureen Rolfes under that name. You can also shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. And I'm just going to mention that along with that, tomorrow Stampin' Up! Is starting a 3-day seasonal sale where lots and lots of things that you can stock up on are going on sale. I don't have a flyer for it because of the way this day went. I had hoped to have it printed out, but I don't. But the information is posted on this Facebook page in a post, and I will be sending a newsletter out a little bit later today to my newsletter people. Here is my hostess code for this month. So if you are ordering, whether it's on that sale or any other day this month, please use that hostess code. If your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax here in the US, then don't use that because you will earn some of your own hostess benefits. Just a reminder that I am taking orders for gift cards for the holidays. It can be for someone that you're buying it for, or you can leave a little hint to someone special to you that you would like one and have them contact me. All gift cards come in a beautiful folder like this. Opens up, and inside is the gift certificate, and they have 1 year to redeem it with me. This is a Crazy Stamping Lady gift certificate, not a Stampin' Up! One, so they have to redeem it through me. Your gift certificate folder may look a little different. I used all of our really pretty papers to decorate them in different colors, but they will all be just as gorgeous. This month we are ordering the catalogs for our brand new spring catalog that'll be coming out. And to be sure that you're on my mailing list to get yours sent to you, you would have needed to order sometime between June 1st and November 28th. If you did, you are automatically on my catalog list, and in the month of December, Stampin' Up! Will send you the brand new catalog. If you did not order during that time period, you still have till November 28th to do that. I need to finalize the orders on the 29th. I don't like to wait till the end of the month because sometimes the system will glitch and there will be a problem. So on the 29th, I'm finalizing it. So just get your order in and you will be good to go. My bundle bonus for the month of November is the Merry and Bright bundle. It is a fantastic bundle for the holidays, and if you purchase that bundle during this month with my hostess code, All of my profits will go to the Doors of Hope Ministry here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee from that purchase, as well as you'll receive a special bonus tutorial of project ideas from me by email the Sunday after. And then my free virtual card class. That is what we're doing right now. So if you purchase from me during the month, you can earn kits that we put together once a month in my free virtual card class. A $50 order gets you 3 card kits for 3 different cards. $75 order gets you 3 card kits plus a little bonus project. And a $100 order will get you 3 card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of current embellishment. It is 1 kit per month. So if you order more than once a month, I will take whatever your largest order is, and that's the kit that you will get. It'll come in the mail to you. I send them out on the 1st of the month. So December 1st, my kits for this month will be going out in the mail. You just need to purchase in November using that host code. And then on December 11th at 11 o'clock a.m., barring any other unforeseen lunches I have to go to, I will do my virtual online card class. So you'll get to join that. So just a reminder, I do this every month, and so your purchase can earn you kits to enjoy that class. But this class is open to anyone. It is on my public business page, so anyone watching is welcome to join and see what I do. Mini catalog is still going. Annual catalog is still going. I'm just going to get them out of the way because we are going to get right down to our projects. So the very first card in the kit is our Little Seasons Greeting Bear card. And we're going to be putting this together. All of the kits in my card class kits are pretty simple and easy. Everything comes to you in an envelope just like this. The colors in your kit may vary. So you can see here I have 2 different designer series paper. Your kit may vary in colors or papers, even occasionally some retired products. One of the projects this time uses all retired DSP. But the project will go together the same exact way. So we're just going to put it together while you're watching. Grab your pieces or watch me now and come back and put it together after. I am good to go with that also. So this project's going to have a card base and then 2 pieces of basic white paper, one for the inside and one for the out. I'm not going to do this one yet because I haven't decided what sentiment I'm putting on the inside. Basically, we're just decorating the outside on the class, and then you can add your own sentiments because you know we cannot stamp for you with our card kits for Stampin' Up. So in your kit, you're going to have 3 strips of designer series paper. They may go a certain direction, so watch that as you're putting them together. And in this case, if they're in a pattern, and I want to make that pattern match, you're going to kind of put it together like a puzzle. So I can see that this pink striped goes to here and this blue one goes to here. So this is the order I'm going to put them on. Now, in all honesty, if that was mixed up, because the presents are all just jumbled on there, no one would probably ever notice it. But if you want them to be in order, just take a minute to think about that. We're going to take the middle one because I always start with my middle piece when I have 3. And I am going to, actually I lied to you. I never start with my middle piece. We're going to leave the middle one. We're going to start with the left piece and make it pretty much an even border all the way around the top and sides. Sorry, I hope I'm not too scattered today. Just coming home from that lunch. I'm getting groceries put away because I stopped at the grocery store on the way home. And now hopping down to this. And then we have to leave again, because we're trying to get our vehicles registered, and this will be my husband's 3rd trip to the location where we have to do that today. The first time, since we're putting it in a trust, he had to come home because they needed a special paper showing the trust, and not just the special paper, but the entire trust. So he went back and he brought all that back while I was at lunch. And then when I came home, they said, now they need a marriage license to prove that we're married. So we're going to go back there right after this and try to get that taken care of. And then we're going to head back to the furniture store. And I think we're going to buy our living room furniture that we picked out. So that's kind of exciting. So just a busy day all the way around, but in a good way. And then we're going to take this 3rd one. The reason I do the 2 outside ones is so I can get that even border around the edge. And then my third one, I just center between them, which is what I was trying to tell you when I was babbling and saying all the wrong things. You know how it is. We all have those days, and I maybe haven't had enough coffee. Don't think I really have. Being at the school, there was no coffee for the parents, which I just never understand. But it was an elementary school in their lunch, so I guess it makes sense. But in fact, I do have a cup of nice warm coffee here, and if you don't mind, I'm going to take a sip. Excuse me. Because that'll help me think better. The next thing we're going to do is take a piece of ribbon. You'll have ribbon in your kit. It could be this sparkly one. It could be this edged one. I think I had another kind I used in some of the kits too. It just depends upon how many kits I end up making, that if I don't have enough of one kind of ribbon, I'll go to another, but they will always coordinate with whatever your project is. I am just going to push down on to my glue dots on the back of each end of this ribbon, just like that. If you don't have glue dots, you could use liquid glue, you can use your seal, use whatever adhesives work for you. And I'm going to come in here and place this, allowing probably 1 inch to 1.25 inches below it on the card so that there's room for my circle. And I'm just going to wrap it around on one end, pinching that glue dot down, and then pull it straight across and tight, and then wrap the other end and do it. That's the fastest and easiest way I've found for securing my ribbons down. Now we're going to take our seal and just add some to the back of this card. And if you want to be super sure that that ribbon doesn't pull out, I'm going to show you the trick I usually use. I will use some of our tear and tape. I'm just going to tear off a couple pieces of it, and I just put it over the back of my ribbon to help to secure it down. You probably don't need it, but I am tying a little bow on here, and I want to be sure these ends don't pull out. If you are not gluing this layer down, if you're putting it up on dimensionals, then go ahead and just leave that backing right on the tear and tape. But I'm actually gluing this layer right down to the front of my card. So because of that, I'm going to pull off that backing tape, and that'll just give me that extra stickiness of the tear and tape on there. All right. So I'm going to take that centerpiece out since I'm not doing that right now. I'm going to add this to the front of our card. Just like that. And then in your kit, you're going to have one of these swirly kind of circles. This punch is called the decorative circle punch, and it has scallops all the way around the edge, but it's not a perfect symmetrical design, if that makes sense. Some of the scallops stick out a little farther on these two sides. These are a little smoother and rounder on these two. It makes it so it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want your circle to go a certain way, think about that ahead of time before you add it to your card. So I'm going to have mine with the 3 softer little scallops at the top and the bottom. And you also should have a bear that was punched out with our bear punch. And I'm just going to add this to my circle using some seal and making sure that my scallops are the way I want them. So these more pointy little peaks on here are going to go out to the sides on here. Actually, I don't think I'm not going to do that. My more rounded ones I'm going to go. Just play with it. Find it the way that you like it. I don't think it really matters because I don't think anyone notices that half of that stuff that we do, but for me, this is how I want it to go. And I'm going to add my little bear right onto that circle. I love the way that looks because it pops against that blue and you can really see it even on the busyness of this card. We are going to add some dimensionals to the back of this bear. So I'm going to add 4 dimensionals on this circle, and I'm going to put them at the top and the bottom. So up here and down here. And the reason I'm doing that is so this straddles my ribbon. If you put dimensionals on your card and you get it onto your ribbon and it's not secured down, it can make whatever your image is a little wobbly on there, and I want this secure. So I'm just going to come in here and place it so that my dimensionals are above and below it. Just like that. Now you have another little piece of ribbon. Both of your pieces of ribbon should have been the same size, so you don't have to worry about which one you're grabbing. And we're just going to take this one and tie it on in a little knot. Get it where you want it on that other ribbon, and then pull it tight, and then take your scissors and trim it. If you have a ribbon cutting scissors, they work wonderful. I think everyone should have a designated ribbon cutting scissors because they stay sharper and cut your ribbon more fantastically. But if you don't, your snips is going to work, or maybe just have a dedicated snips for your card. So that is that. And then we're going to take the little strip of white that you would have gotten in your kit, and I'm stamping it using the Seasons Greeting stamp out of the Biggest Glow stamp set. So you can use any thin, narrow sentiment you have, or if you don't, just cut a bigger piece of white and use the sentiment that you have handy. And I'm going to use the Night of Navy so that it kind of matches my card. Again, these are your cards now, so make them your own way. Use what you have to finish them. Add to them if you want to add to them. Change them up if you want to change them up. They are yours. Gonna get that. And I have a strip in your kit of Night of Navy to go right behind it. So we're going to add some seal to that. Hope your day is going well. It feels like a Monday to me, maybe just because it's so busy and I'm a little scattered, but I am happy though because it's all good stuff, nothing bad. I'm going to make sure that's secure. Night of Navy takes a second to dry. You can see I got a little smudge on there. You can always try to get those off if you have one of these sand erasers. They can take a little bit of that light extra off. I don't think it's very noticeable, and I think it's going to be fine. But you can see when I flipped it over, it has a little on here. Give your darker, richer colors just a little more time to dry if you can before adding them to your card so that they're completely dry and you don't get those smudges. This is going to come across the top here, centered side to side. And then there should be 3 of the little gems in your kit. These are the gems that were the bonus gems this month for ordering these kits. They were the adhesive black glitter sequins. I think they are beautiful. And if you had a $100 order, you would have gotten a half a pack of these. But even though you got those, if you got the pack or not, you're still going to get the ones for your card in your card kit. So we're going to add these little sequins to the front of this card. I'm going to place one right down here in front of my bear. And then there's a larger one. So you'll probably either have 2 large and 1 small, or 2 small and 1 large, one or the other. Place them how you want. It's just the way the packet is. When I divided them up, that was the easiest way to divide them. So this is where I'm placing mine, and that is card number 1, done. Done, done, done. And you may have a different pattern of DSP in your card, and that's fine too, or a different ribbon. Just make it up the way we just did, and you will have card number 1. I'm so appreciative to everyone who orders from me, and this is just my way of thanking you. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to interact with you in another way, in a little class type setting. I miss that so much, and I'm working frantically to try to get some classes going here locally because I miss all my Stampin' buddies. Okay, the next card is our Hello card. Again, this one does use all retired designer series paper. I think all of the kits contain, I'm trying to remember for sure. I'm pretty sure all of the kits have retired designer series paper, but you could use any kind of designer series paper to make a very similar card to this. So this is the one that I did ahead of time as my sample. And then here is my kit, which you can see has a different paper, and yours might be even different. I'm gonna make sure I got everything out of the envelope. And this card is the same thing. This is a Misty Moonlight base. And for this one, you do have a white layer that's gonna go on the inside. I would suggest waiting and stamping what you want on it and then placing it on the inside. You're going to have a large piece of designer series paper. So it could be this one, it could be this one, it could be another one. You could actually even use the back of this one if you wanted. Sometimes the backs will work just as well. So like I said, make the card your own. Do it the way you want to do it. Once you have these kits, they are yours. My only suggestion would be to not overthink it. Because I think when we overthink things like this and we get these kits, they kind of just sit there and we never put them together. So I would much rather have you put them together just the way I do and get them out in the mail to someone than have them sit on your shelf undone. So, okay, so that's that layer. Then you're going to have a side of a strip of more solid DSP, something that's not as fanciful. Most of them have like blues and greens and kind of this watercolor wash on them. We're going to place this on the front of our card. And I'm just going to center this kind of top to bottom and over here a little bit to the left. Just like that. And then you're going to have a circle in your kit. And I'm pretty sure this is our 2-inch circle punch of basic white. Again, I cannot stamp that for you, but we're going to stamp it together. And to do that, I'm going to use these kind of ferny leaves out of the Sending Smiles stamp set. And I'm going to grab my mat because it is photopolymer. I'm going to get our Misty Moonlight open. And let me grab a block for this little fern here. I forgot to do that ahead of time. There we go. And we're just going to ink this up and stamp it onto our circle. So I'm going to stamp it once kind of up here to the top. And then I'm going to do a second generation of it angled down to the bottom. So second generation just means it's the second time I've stamped it. I stamped it once and I'm doing it again. The only thing to think about this when you're stamping second generation is whatever part is going to be on your cardstock must have been stamped previously. So you can see here the edge of my fern didn't get stamped on this first one. So I wanted to be sure that that was not on here or I would have gotten that two-tone look to it. So just think about that when you're doing 2 generations of stamping. Same thing down here. I'm going to come in from the bottom and do my fern and then pull it back a little bit to make sure everything I get on this card was already stamped once and do that. So now I just have like a cluster of fern there on the back of this circle, which is what I wanted. I'm also going to stamp my sentiment just since I have my pad out. So there's a little strip of white and this sentiment comes from the same Sending Smiles set and we're going to do it with the Misty Moonlight so it all coordinates. And I'm going to try to get this pretty centered onto this white piece. Not too bad. We're going to go with it. I am not a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. If it looks like it's in the center reasonably straight, guess what? That's what we're going with. Okay, so I'm going to get my little mat out of the way. So to put these layers together then, you have a square of cardstock. You have your circle that you just stamped. So we're going to add that to the center of the square. And you can turn it however you want. Make the design look the way you want it to be. And then I'm going to take this, a card to say hello, and we're going to stick it on here. But the end of it is going to be sticking over the edge. So I don't want any adhesive on this end. So when I flip this over, I'm going to keep my finger there and just go from that point on. And that way I know there is no adhesive at the very end here. And I'm going to place this, onto my square. Just like that. And hanging over. And then we're going to add this to the front of our card using some dimensionals. So you can see how fast and easy these are coming together. I try to do a variety of styles, so every month the patterns that we're using are a little bit different. And I show a variety of sentiments, but you can use anything you like that fits the card. So don't ever feel like you have to have what I have to stamp these. There's tons of foliage stamps. So if you don't have that fern from this set, there's probably 20 other sets that have leaves or flowers that you could do a similar design with. We're going to come in here and place this one. And I'm placing this one, personally, centered top to bottom, and maybe a little, maybe 3/8 of an inch over onto this, so that this hello sticks off the edge but is still on top of my card. And then in your kit, you should have 3 of the little brass butterflies. Again, you probably have a large and 2 small, or a small and 2 large. That way I just get to use them all. So I'm going to place them right here onto this center fern. And I love these. I love the sequins we're using and these brass butterflies because they're flat. I send so many cards and I don't want to have to worry about them not going through with the same amount of postage, the right amount of postage. So the flatter my elements are on my card, the happier I am. So that is card 2. Quick and easy. We are done with card 2. You would just finish off your envelope and the inside the way you want to. Let's get this one out of the way. So we're on to card 3 already, guys, in no time at all. This card is my happiest birthday card. So here is the one I made ahead of time, and here is the one we're going to put together. Now for this card, again, you will have similar colors, but you might have different patterns. So I'm showing you 2 different ones here. Yours could have even been different from those. And what I did on these is I took this curved double-stitched basic border die and just cut a piece of designer series paper and a piece of coordinating DSP at a curve. So I cut them as wide as my card, and then I just curved the bottoms. And I cut them separately, so the curves may not match exactly. In fact, I like them better when they're not exact. But depending on your kit, yours might be closer to the same curve. It just depends when I was cutting them, what it ended up. What I want to do with these is I want to attach them together. And I want to leave some of the cardstock showing beneath. So if I put them right together, you'll see there isn't much cardstock showing. So I'm actually going to move that cardstock down and have more showing on the right than the left. Like I said, yours might be a little more even, and that doesn't matter. But that means, again, I don't want any glue at this point along this very top. So I'm just going to come down below that, along here and along here, and add this onto my piece of, is that going the right way? I'm going to make sure I'm going the right way. Your little stitching on here is going to have a right side and a wrong side, so look at that when you're doing it. The back side's going to be rough, the front side's going to be smooth. And I'm going to come up here. I want some of this showing on the left, so I'm going to line that up like that. And then there's going to be more showing on the right side, and that's exactly what I hope. But like I said, some of them might be closer. It doesn't matter. You just want those 2 curves showing. And now we're going to come in here and add some seal. And because this is going to be stuck down now, I'm going to add some seal up here also, just like that. And this card opens from the bottom. So you want to put this at the top, at the fold. Just come right up to the top. Line it up side to side and press down. Okay, so there's that design. I actually saw another demonstrator do a similar design like this on a card, and I thought, how clever. I just liked the way that looked. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment, and in this case, My sentiment comes from the Throughout the Year set. So you'll see me, I have a lot of sentiment sets and I hang on to them. I love them. It gives me whatever I need when I need it. And we're going to do the happiest of birthdays out of here. And I'm going to do it with Mossy Meadow because that is one of the coordinating colors for this designer series paper. And ink it up. And come down here. And I'm just going to place this down closer to the bottom and over to the side. Hold it for a second so that color transfers and pick it up. So that is right onto the base of the card. And that's all I'm stamping here. Now this one does not have a white sheet to go on the inside because this crumb cake cardstock is plenty light that you can write your message in here without it. So this one will not have an insert. And then you should have 3 little leaves or clusters of leaves or flowers, and these were punched out with our bow punch right here, which is one of my favorites because you have the 2 you can cut out of with 1 punch, and you know punches are go-to for me. And we're going to take and cluster these together. So right on the front of this biggest green one, I'm going to add a glue dot kind of down here near where the stem starts, the actual stem and last leaf down here, and peel that up. And then I'm going to come in with my pink little floral one and just lay it across that glue dot wherever I want it, like that. And then I'm going to put another glue dot right on the front of that and peel it off. And just be a little gentle when you're peeling these off. You don't want to tear your stems on your little cluster. And I'm going to grab my little green cluster and bring that one in. And I'm bringing that down just a little bit lower. So we have this little cluster just like that. Okay. And then I want to add this to the front of my card. So I'm going to come back in with a glue dot on the back of this whole cluster. And you could use Tombow. That would work just as well. And I'm going to add one more glue dot toward the top of these leaves right here on the back. And we're going to come in and just place this at an angle over to the side of my sentiment, coming up onto my designer series paper, just like that. And then I'm going to add my little twine bow. So in your kits, you each should have a little pre-tied bow. Just going to pull it down and kind of manipulate it the way I want it. Feel free to do that. I will usually like hold the tails down while I get the bow the way I want it. And then for this one, I am using just some Tombow glue. So I'm going right on top of where I had my glue dots with a dab of Tombow glue. You could do another glue dot, but the twine is so thin that the glue works great for me. And I'm going to come in here with a block and just set it down on there. And that anchors it while I'm finishing up my card and helps that glue to attach to the actual card. So I always keep an extra block handy for something like that. And then we're going to add our gems. So in your kit for this one, you should have gotten 3 of the green gems. And I'm going to place these onto the front of my card. There we go. This one right here. And this one just at an angle below it. And then our third one. And I love the way these colors coordinated too, over here to the side of my little flower cluster. And that is card number 3. Now, if you want to, you could trim up your little tails on here, but I think they're just about the right length the way I made them there. So this card is done. So we are almost done, guys. This is going by fast and easy, and that's exactly what I want for this class. Okay, so the next project I'm sharing with you is the bonus project. So if you had placed a $50 order, And if you place a $50 order this month, you would get 3 card kits. Similar to that, the patterns this month, of course, will be different. The layouts will be different, but it'll be 3 pretty simple cards. Excuse me while I get a drink of coffee. My throat gets kind of dry and I don't want to lose my voice here. So this is the bonus project if you placed a $75 order from me. And this bonus project is just a decorated little gift card envelope. So these gift card envelopes are in the mini catalog. I think in the mini, maybe they're in the annual catalog now that I think about that. Now I need to look. Okay, hang on. We need to know where these are. I just want to be absolutely sure. Don't want to lie to you. No, they're in the mini catalog. They're on page 62 of the current mini catalog, and they are super easy to overlook. So they are right here, decorated for gift giving. We've asked so many times for little envelopes that just fit a gift card, and then we get them, and then they hide them where you don't even really notice them. So that makes me kind of sad. But let me just show you on this one. I have a used gift card from somewhere. I have to keep a bunch of them here in my drawer, so let me just grab one. So this is a Disneyland pass, which nobody is getting because I can't afford those anymore. But a normal sized gift card will fit perfectly into these little envelopes, just like that. And then it has a tab here that you can slip into the slot to close it, and you're ready to go. So in fact, I'm going to take the gift card out, but I'm going to show you how the tab goes in real quick. So that is how it's finished on the back with that little tab. It doesn't close it and keeps it in there, which I love. We're just going to decorate this. So you would have gotten one of these little gift card envelopes with these pieces. I think I've got them all here. And what you're going to do is, I'm just going to fold this over right now and close this one up too, just to make it a little easier to work with while I'm putting the rest of the decorations on. So there it is. And we're going to take our piece of Specialty Designer Series paper, and I punched the top of this using the Sparkling Snowflakes tag topper. And this is going to go onto our envelope so that our sides and bottom are pretty even. But I want to be sure that right where this middle part of the snowflake comes up hits the top of my envelope, because I want the rest of this snowflake sticking off the top. I just like the way that looks, and by putting it on there pretty even like that, that should work. So I'm just going to come in here with some seal. And we're going to add this, making sure the top is on the right part. Come and place this down here, pretty even sides and bottom. And so that little snowflake sticks up over the top. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto this small circle that would have been in your kit. And for this one, I'm using the For You out of the Layering Leaves set. And it is photopolymer, so I'm grabbing my mat back to stamp it. And we'll put it right here. And I'm going to use Lost Lagoon because this is a coordinating color for this paper. And I think it looks beautiful on it. So we're just going to stamp up our For You. And come and stamp it onto my circle, and it just fits right in the middle perfectly, just like that. Now, if you wanted to put the person's name on here, like if there was a bunch of them under the tree or something, there's plenty of room on the back of the envelope to write to and from, so that gives you lots of room for that. So we're just going to decorate the front with no place for that. Now, there's a little strip of basic white in your kit that you got, and I'm going to take that, and we're just going to add that right across the center, about 1 inch to 1.25 inches up from the bottom of the Designer Series paper. And that just makes this pop a little bit. So it gives you that little border on the side that makes your color pop. When you have tone on tone, it's nice if you have something to kind of break up that color. So we're going to take our For You, and put some seal on the back. And I'm going to center that onto my is it Lost Lagoon? Is that what I just said I was using? It was right here 2 seconds ago. There it is, Lost Lagoon, my Lost Lagoon cardstock, just like that. And I'm again going to pop this up on some dimensionals. So let's grab just 2. I don't think we need more than that. And I'm again popping them up at the top and the bottom. That way they're down the center of this little envelope. You could put more on there. If you're uncomfortable with 2, go ahead and put 3 or 4. And we're going to center this onto that strip for you, just like that. And then in your kit should be some more of the gems. So we've used all 3 colors of these gems now. These are the blue ones. They're all so pretty. They add that sparkle and they're nice and flat, like I said, for mailing. So that works great. We're going to put 1 up here and 1 down here and 1 down here. Of course, you can place them anywhere you want on your cards or your projects. So that's our little gift card holder. Now, what I want to show you is something afterward that I thought of, and I didn't think of it when I was making this, or I would have sent it to you. But it's really easy to take these little gift cards now and attach them to a gift, to a bow, by just using some of our twine. This is out of the twine pack out of our annual catalog. I took about, I think it's about 11 inches, and I'm going to feed the twine through that opening below my snowflake. And I'm going to take the 2 ends up here and slip them through my loop and pull it tight. You just want to kind of manipulate it around what you're doing here, like this one over the snowflake. I don't want it over there. I want it around that. So, because I want it to go right down the middle. Let's see if I can get that off of there. Okay, there we go. So just get it where you want it. Take your time, because you want this to go right in the middle of those 2 little snowflake pieces. And then you can pull it tight. So now you have a gift tag. You can put your gift card in here. You can write who it's to and from, and you can hang this right on your present. This would also be adorable hanging over the top of a wine bottle with a gift card, maybe a gift card for a restaurant or something and their favorite wine. I'm just going to come up here and knot this. But you could tie it onto your bow if you'd rather do that. And then the other thing I was thinking you could do with this at this point is you could actually fill these with gift cards and hang them on your Christmas tree using that loop. And then if your friends or family or grandkids come over, they could each just pick one. Like say you filled them with $5 Starbucks gift cards or something. It would be a nice little gift to give to company over the holidays. So that is our bonus project, and we are done, guys. What did that take us? Less than 45 minutes. Yes, so this class should always be under an hour. That is my goal. Quick and easy. I would love if you placed an order from me. It is very helpful to my small business. Since I've moved, I'm trying to reestablish, and so any help I can get, of course. And you can order from me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. And remember, if you're ordering $50, you get the 3 cards. If you order $75, you're going to get the bonus project, which in this case was this little guy. And if you ordered $100, you would have gotten a half a pack of the gems also. So it is fun, fun, fun. Next month's will be all different, but the same type of thing. So you're aware of that. Don't forget, we have a big sale starting tomorrow. Check it out. Watch for an email from me if you're on my mailing list. That'll show you even more. And I hope next month you'll be stamping with me at my free monthly virtual card class. See you all soon. Bye-bye.